Last week at the Conservative Party conference in Manchester, State Business Secretary Badenoch declared that Meg was lying and defaming the UK monarchy, while also causing pain to actual victims. UK Business Secretary Kemi Badenoch declared that Britain is the best country in the world to be black. For far too long, identity activists have had it almost entirely their own way, deliberately portraying Britain as a systematically discriminatory country when it isn't. It's encouraging to hear a prominent politician confronting the racial grievance mongers. Where else in the world do black people enjoy the democratic freedoms, legal protections, and economic opportunities that black people enjoy in Britain? Sadly, violence along ethnic and religious lines persists in black African countries. Economic powerhouses like China and India have weak protections for the rights of minorities. In many ways, Britain's success as a tolerant nation is most closely related to the European Union. According to Kemi Bad, the migrant integration policy score shows that Britain has long surpassed other major EU members, from Germany to Spain, in terms of offering protections against discrimination based on race, ethnicity, and religious belief. Kemi Badenoch says minorities in Britain have access to some of the strongest equality agencies in the world. The allegations made by Meghan on Oprah were wholly unfounded, and such slanderous remarks regrettably damaged the British monarchy's reputation abroad. Nevertheless, the statistics and facts speak for themselves. Since the USA and the UK are two very different countries with very different histories and problems, it should come as no surprise that there are growing communities of French Arab, Dutch, Somalian, Italian, and Bangladeshi immigrants in the UK. These twice-over migrants have chosen to resettle in British society precisely because of the opportunities, freedoms, and protections on offer here. Meghan Markle's crowd has been trying to introduce the American dynamic into the story for a long time. Essentially, Meghan is a raging, thirsty, and fame-hungry narcissist who came over here to take her stolen privileges and titles back to the USA after she didn't get the unquestioning adoration that she believes she deserves. To a certain extent, Meghan believed that asserting racism would have the same impact as doing so in the United States. She collaborated with Oprah Perry, among others. If the royal family or Britain had been racist, Serena Obama and Bey would not have been welcomed the way that she was. That much is clear from the streets, where people would not have lined up to cheer for her holding a $30 million wedding and £1 million worth of expensive gowns in a 7-story building. Serena Obama and Bey were given the benefit of the doubt because no one spoke out or called her on it, even when the Halls backed off on claims. This country literally bent over backwards to accommodate her, just as we would have for any individual marrying Harry. Their hypocrisy knows no bounds, as if they aren't the most classic misogynistic losers I've seen in a long time. Street parties in her name, her wedding would not have been televised on the BBC, and all of that.